Run.
That's right. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'm doing good. I opened two escrows, and one of them with our favorite lender.
Oh, really? With Gustavo?
How about that? Yeah, I have a listing, and the property had a tenant in there, and the seller wanted to get the tenant right to buy it, and tenant only spoke Spanish. And as good as my Spanish is, I said, you know what? I got a better solution.
Yeah,
I'll have him talk to, and he said he had a great lender, and I said, he can't be that good. I know a great lender. Let me put
right.
together, and he loved Gustavo,
Good.
and we got our escrow signed back today, signed by the seller. We were opening escrow.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Let's see here. Fred, the shed will probably ownership or remove it. Just my thoughts. Okay, so yeah, so that's exciting, and I have another escrow that let me see. Nordike's an escrow. I got multiple offers. We picked one. That buyer's backing out. We got to back up on that one.
Mm.
And then we have another. What's the other escrow I have?
You have so many you can't remember all of them right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Winnetka going in escrow condo.
Oh, okay,
Literally, I put
good.
one bingo, bango, bongo. I got one that was in and out, back in, and then 2 and 3 are in. So, yeah,
Amazing.
one I
It's
double
a
ended.
busy time. I mean, if you're a real estate agent and you're picking up the phone and you're making calls and connecting with people, this isn't really a contact sport. So, um, as long as you're staying dedicated to that process, you're going to get business. And um, the deal that Gustavo and I have in escrow right now, we just waive contingencies on that. So now we're just waiting patiently for loan documents and getting ready to close on that in about a week. And my other listing, that's also just received the full contingency removal on that one. So it's a busy time right now, and their interest rates have been staying. Today we're looking at 6.57 for a 30-year fixed, and I just wanted to mention really quick, if you're getting a loan, let's say like a FHA loan, that's generally going to bring you a lower interest rate rather than what the current rate is right now, and that is because it's a government backed loan, so they do offer the lower percentage, because mostly first time buyers are leaning towards putting down the lowest amount possible, which is 3.5% of the final purchase price. So taking that into consideration, even though the rates are at about 6.5 right now, if you're getting an FHA loan, you can still, clock in your rate somewhere in the fives. So it's a great opportunity to, if you can afford the payment. And, in some cases, it's maybe for other reasons, it may not be a good time for you to buy right now. And that's okay too. But as long as you do have the desire to be a homeowner one day, and you are taking the proper steps to basically, get to that point, we're here to help you.
Well, and I think it is, preparation and paperwork and cooperation, and I think that's what works in all these cases. I know as a listing agent, I got multiple offers on 2 listings recently, and some of the lenders had their act together, and I can call them and talk to them. And it was great, and others not so good. So
Mm-hmm.
it just depends on where you are. Let's see, Facebook is kind of lighting up some comments. Shout out, hi Bill and Patricia. Hey, how you guys doing? And Bill Gross on fire.
Bell's on fire.
Yeah, my listings are on fire. The truth is, though, now I have no listings. So I got to get some more. I got another one I'm trying to get in escrow, the last one. But it's not me, it's the market. I think that's the key, is to stay out of the way and do your job every day and work hard. And we held them open, and it was really hard to, it's been a lot of work to get these
Mm-hmm.
properties sold. I have to tell you, maybe more than it was previously. But the market's there. Their buyers want to buy properties, so you got to do your job and show the property and get the information out to buyers and the agents.
Yeah.
Dan F, nice to see you as well. And then yeah, I sold everything. I think so.
Everything's been sold.
I feel like ever walk into a store like the day after the Black Friday sales, like all
yeah,
the
after Black Friday and everything's gone.
I was like, a week ago, I'm proud of all these listings. That feels great. I've got listings. All of a sudden, what? It's all gone, and I got all kinds of paperwork I got to do, and I can get some new listings too. So
Yeah.
that's the business of a real estate agent.
Well, it's also staying in touch with your clients to make sure that you're helping them along that process. Some may be ready to buy a property in the near future, whether that's looking somewhere in the next 12 months. We don't know what the market's going to look like in the next 12 months, but
I do have a crystal ball. It's right there. See it?
The one that doesn't work.
Well, it works. You shine a light in it and light goes through it, but it doesn't really predict the future. That's the problem.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I emailed.
The there's Gustavo.
Yes, I was going to say I just emailed my link. Good. How are you?
I was just bragging that maybe the reason you're late is because it might be my fault that I kept you busy or something. I'm hoping that's the case.
I know, right? Yeah, and then there would be a good problem. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do get another listing, get you in trouble again. And let's see. And that's Jill there watching us on the Probate Experts Facebook. Hey, Jill, thank you for playing along with us. Yes, I'm on fire. And I sold almost everything. I still got a new listing to go in the city of Bell, but that's a big development project. So we'll stay tuned with that. So Gustavo, you're busier than usual, or this is kind of how you are all the time, or what's going on with your business-wise?
So I think I think a couple of things. One, like inflation report came out today, right? So we're at 4.9%. So the trend continues slowly. It's like coming down the stairs, right? One step at a time. So that's good. People are getting a little bit more used to the rate as well. I think we've been now in this market where maybe people are just understanding a little bit more about the different market. Now you have a higher rate than it was 2 years ago. And what does that mean, right? They're getting used to, well, I'm getting seller paid concessions, or the price is going to be a little bit better. So I think that's kind of helped in the mentality of buyers. And they're stepping back into the market. So I think this is a good spot for people that are wanting to take advantage of someone helping them with their seller concessions. Because when the rate keeps going down here in the next 2 months, we're gonna have more people jumping in, and that's gonna go away for sure. I'm already getting on some things in San Diego. We keep on getting outbid. So it's happening. The listing agent came back to us and said, I got 13 offers. So it's still happening, but it's keeping us busy still.
Yeah, and I wanted to comment on that because you and I had this conversation on the weekend. We were talking about seller concessions. Some areas are still offering, the market is still proving that there are seller concessions available. There are other markets that are in much higher demand, and also the price point. So we have to look at what price point is most popular. And in that price point, you're going to have much larger competition. So you're going to be competing against a lot more buyers. And in this case, I was shocked. Well, not really shocked, but I was surprised that in San Diego, so without saying your client's name, but the offer, you said they offered, what was it, 30 or 40,000 over the list price, and they were still outbid?
Yeah, so we did. It was 30,000 over, and so it was one of those things that it's like you become, hey, what is there going to be an appraisal issue? Is it going to be kind of what it was before? And they were just like, no more. We can't take those kinds of risks, and it makes sense, right? You don't want to start getting into that. But yeah, they were getting outbid, and they just said, no, we're going to stop at this point. So still happening.
So are they taking a step back, or are they just going to keep continuing?
No, they just went to the next property. They were like, we're just going to go to the next property. We're not going to play that game. It might be too risky. We're already going over. So all those things that, their agent was saying, hey, we can be aggressive on it because it is a good area, or it is a great house. But then it gets to the point where it's just too much, right? Then you start worrying about appraisal gaps and what's going to happen. So then they were just, they said, no, we're going to pass on this one, but they're going to continue to look. And then I have other ones that they decided to take a little bit of a break. So you get a little bit of both because we do have that inventory issue.
Right.
People want to buy, it's just an inventory issue. So even the rates right now, they've come down, right? We're no longer in the sevens. Now we're in the low six and even below five. They want to buy, but now it's an inventory issue. It continues to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting on my one of my offers. I was talking to the buyer's agent, and she said the buyers had been looking last year and made offers, and they just couldn't get up high enough. They were both, I think, nurses or some sort of hourly with overtime thing, and so they waited to come back now at a higher price, and they got into a counter offer, and then they just realized, well, the price is too high. They're going to wait for prices to come down. So they were here a year ago. Prices today a year ago are a little bit higher than a year ago, 3% maybe in LA, but they're going to wait for prices to come down. I said, well, good luck with that, because somebody overbid you already, this year. So who knows what's going to happen next year? But I think that's always a challenge, is waiting for prices to come down. It's just tells me a buyer wants to buy a $20 bill for $18 in this market. It's not like that. And maybe you watch Redfin or Zillow News or KCAL News. I have a great piece to write about this coming week. When they talk about how soft the market is, that's not real based on the data. That's just not real at all. So
no, I agree. And you see it too, like within even your own neighborhood, right? Whenever I drive to the supermarket, I see open houses, and then I go back and I check out the price on them and things like that. And you see a recent sale, maybe it was a year ago, and then you see this listing now coming on, and it's $50,000 more than that last sale that happened a year ago, or it's $100,000, more. And like I said, even at these rates, which some people are saying, forget it, they're too high. A lot of buyers are saying, hey, I see an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I was showing properties. Gustavo, you and I have a deal right now in escrow. And last year, I was showing property in Rialto, and actually it was 2 years ago, not last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the same square footage, 3-bedroom, 1-2 bath home is at least $75,000 more than what it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, this client ended up looking in a different county because you're getting more, and it's east. So you're getting more land for your dollar. In Rialto, like San Bernardino, Riverside, they have larger lots. So if just depends on what your focus is for your new home, your new space. Do you want a larger, interior floor plan? Are you looking for a larger outdoor space because maybe your needs have changed and you're more focused on also having a nice sized backyard, somewhere to gather, have your nice summer dinners, work from home. Maybe you have pets now. I mean, there's different reasons why you might need a larger backyard, and maybe you're
sorry.
Maybe you're thinking of building an ADU. So those are things that people might want a larger backyard for. And so now we're seeing
maybe you have a grandson that you wouldn't have toys in the backyard to play in your backyard. How's that for a reason?
Yes.
I'll go for that. The dog one, my wife has a dog. We're not buying a bigger house to give our dog a bigger yard. If the dog can't make it what we have, tough luck, buddy. But if my grandson needs more room to play in the back for a swing set or for a slide now, okay, now we're talking.
Absolutely.
Grandpa's going to work on a bigger house for his grandson. That makes sense.
It sure does. So everybody has their why. And
for the record, mine's not the dog.
Well, I have 3 extra large dogs. So
no way.
I do. I have a Mastiff, a Dutch Shepherd, which is in the German Shepherd family, and Lab and a Husky mix.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
So, thankfully we have a large yard, and I don't need to go and get into a home that has a larger yard. But, in Rialto right now, what I was talking about just a second ago is the median home price is about 528. And when we were looking at about 2 years ago, it was in the mid to, higher sevens. So, excuse me, mid fours to about 475.
Yeah.
And so now we're in escrow for a property in Riverside, and that is at 535. So, but we're getting, much more land, a larger backyard. And so
Hold it.
it's
We,
great
meaning
help.
you, are moving, or we as in you and your client?
Clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not moving out of Downey, are you?
No, I'm here to stay.
Because Downey's the Beverly Hills of the 562.
Yes, exactly. And even my home, I bought this, 8 years ago at 400, and now it's nearly doubled in value.
Well, look at the backyard. Got a tennis court back there and a pool. What's going on back there?
No tennis court, but yes.
A dog compound.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
My pets.
Well, and just real quick, just as it's been fun chatting, and it's always fun to catch up with you guys. I have to tell you, it's been really busy this week. I got some personal stuff going on as well as business being very busy. But that said, the market's been great. I just wanted to share real quick how boring interest rates have become. If you look at the interest rates, we've been between 6 and 7 all year. We're at 6.5%. There was all kinds of drama when it dropped down to 6, then rose up to 7, and went back down to 6 and up to 6.75. But really, for the last few weeks, the interest rates have been kind of boring, huh, Gustavo?
Yeah, sometimes we just want consistency, right? Because what we hate is having, hey, I pre-approved the borrower, and then I got to call them again in 4 days and say, hey, you know what? The rate just went up. I can't get you that rate anymore. So now you just lost $20,000-$30,000 of buying power. Right. And then the following week is like, hey, wait, the rate came back again. So now you got that back. So, right. We had that going on, right? Whatever report came out, whether it was jobs, CPI, it was just like the stock market, overseas, it was just messing around with the bond market. And now we've got a little bit more of a stable environment. And like I said, I think people are getting used to seeing that, it's set in. And now I think we're just going to see the gradual, coming down. Yes, there's going to be a week or so that things maybe rebound a little bit on the up high, but ultimately it is going to be trending towards a better rate month over month.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's Jill who's commenting in on a conversation you guys had, which is that those of us who've been in the business a while, rates have not been the threes most of our careers. It'd be nice, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be there today. I'm not saying it would be nice if they're there today, but in my 36-year career, it was almost always above 6%. And very rarely below. And when it was below, it was pretty wild. And we got complacent. We didn't take. Not everybody took advantage of it like they should have. So here we are today, 6.5%, 6% maybe on an FHA loan, and these our rates seem to be good enough for plenty of buyers. At least the buyers, Gustavo, that you met with of mine, they're pretty happy with the payment they have in the house.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has every lender has a different rate. Everybody has different margins, and that's where on the wholesale side, focus on making sure that the buyers right now have that to work with a wholesaler, right? That can, hey, you know what? You're seeing 6.5s out there. We can get you that 6. You're seeing 6.25. We can get you below 6. So trying to do what I can on this side in order to make it easier for them to buy and be able to then, hopefully refinance here in a year or two as the rate continues to come down. So we're definitely, like you said, we're starting to get busy, stay busy. Even refinances are picking up, and that's because there's a number out there that credit card debt is going up. So it's been a gradual increase over the year now, where it's just going up and up and up and up. So then, yes, people don't want to let go of that 3% rate on the house. So they just keep adding it to the credit card. Well, as the Fed has been raising the Fed fund rate, credit cards interest rates are going up, car loan rates are going up, HELOCs, all those are going up. So now people are like, well, I'm paying 18-20% on this. If I consolidate everything, yes, I lose that 3%, but I'm still going to be making out in that I don't have to pay that 18-20% on the credit card on the $20,000 that, I'm not going to be able to pay down. So ultimately they go ahead and
And it's even
refinance
higher
and do
than
the cash out.
18% in some cases.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen up to 26% on a credit card.
Right.
Well, I just want to show you guys also, just because I'm a fan of hers, Patricia.Castillo. Check out her YouTube channel. Look at that
Oh my
artwork on the
gosh.
YouTube channel. Click the bell, she says. Look at this, man.
Click
She's
the
like,
bell.
look at this. I'm all high tech. Look at this thing. LA background. You got the EXP logo, Los Angeles, new weekly videos, and then you go into content. And she's recording all kinds of stuff about different markets. Look at this thing. And then you go to live, and there's our Homebuyer seminar every week.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good for you. Okay.
Yes, I'm having fun with just creating some of these thumbnails. I mean, I didn't know what the hell a thumbnail was before, but once you start getting into, doing these live talks and getting onto YouTube, you have to create something that you're not really familiar with. So now I'm having fun with it and
Nice.
getting addicted to AI and ChatGPT. So it's
Nice.
so much fun. You can do so much with it.
What tools are you using to create your thumbnails?
Canva.
And they're using AI to edit them, or how are you using the AI to? Is it built into Canva that you're using it, or?
No, we're gonna have a talk after the Homebuyer workshop about AI and tools. Yes.
All right, okay. Well, look, the other advantage is when you look as pretty as Patricia, then it's easy to work with. I have to have a real video editor do my thumbnails because I have a face for radio, and somehow I got to make it work on video. So. Okay, let's wrap it up. Last thoughts for the week. Gustavo, what do you got?
Last thought, as a home buyer seminar that we are, definitely continue to talk to your originator. Get those finances in order. I keep on seeing that a lot. I'm providing a lot of feedback about their credit reports. So I'm seeing people that, hey, you can't buy right now, but you can do it 6 months or 9 months from now. So I'm actually giving a lot more advice on their credit profile and what they can do in order to save money. We recently did that for someone that we were to save $5,000 right off the bat because there's a lot of these loan level price adjustments that are happening. So the higher your credit score, the better you're going to be at and paying less for your rate. That has taken into effect a couple months now, and we have a lot more tiers on credit score. So definitely keep working on your credit score and make sure that you monitor and you watch it, because it will save you money. Like I said, the last bar that I just did, it was a difference of $5,000. So.
Patricia, thank you, Gustavo. Last comments from you for the week here. We're going to wrap up. What do you have to say?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for being here, for tuning in today. And if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Never give up on your focus for homeownership. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, buy another property, sellers become buyers, buyers become sellers, and we're here to help you along the way. So any questions you have, feel free to reach out. We're always here to help.
Nice. And my last words for the week will be this. If you're living in a property as a tenant, want to buy a house, think about buying the house you're in. Gustavo and I put one together where a tenant's been there for a few years. The owner had passed. There was an out-of-state owner who was managing it. And she, I think, made a nice deal that was fair for her to get it moved quickly, but fair for the buyer, save some money because he was already in it and made it convenient. And so I would say if you have questions and don't know how to do that, reach out to me or Patricia or Gustavo, and we'll try to help you see if that's an opportunity for you. So don't assume you can't buy a house. You hear stories about no inventory. You might be living, if you're currently a renter and that house works for you, you might be living in the only inventory you need to worry about right now. So if I can help with that, let's do that. I'm Bill Gross, at Bill Gross EXP. My phone number is down below, along with Patricia's. We do this every Wednesday at 5 p.m. We live stream onto Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week.